Hi guys, do you know what this is connected to? Nothing. There is currently no shotgun microphone in the world that can do what this little bad boy can do right here. This is the Comica VM40, and I am recording 32-bit float right now internally to the microphone. You heard that correctly. You can also choose 24-bit, but I'm going 32 in case I go too high or too low. I can just adjust that in post, and then my dulcet tones will sound perfect to your dulcet ears. But you can also connect this wirelessly to your camera using this little receiver right here. Just 3.5mm cable from this receiver to your mirrorless camera and then wirelessly transmitted to this guy right there. Or you can put the 3.5mm cable right to the microphone itself. And in fact, that is generally how I would use this microphone. I would just boom it overhead slightly out of frame and use a 3.5mm longer cable right to my mirrorless camera, but I would also record internally the 32-bit float, because you can do that. You can record internally 32-bit float while you record to your camera in 24-bit, whether it's wireless or connected by another wire. And speaking of backups, you can use a safety track as well. So one track on your camera will be normal volume and the other track will be lower in decibels. So if you peak, you are covered there. So you can record internally while doing a safety track and have many backups. Now this guy does safety, but also mono and stereo. And the stereo is important because you can actually buy a package where two microphones come and they are both connected to one receiver, sort of like a lavalier system where one channel will be one microphone and the other channel will be the other microphone, except instead of little lav mics, it's actually high quality shotgun mics that also record internally. So that is very cool. The package that Comica sent me is just the one microphone and the receiver. And of course, I should mention Comica did send this out for the purpose of review at no cost to myself, so let that factor in where it may, but most of the microphones that I review on this channel are sent to me at no cost to myself for the purpose of review. So I do appreciate it, Comica, so I can show the people what you got. Now, if you want to hear the difference between the internal recording directly to the camera, or recording wirelessly, at the end of the video, I will put them back to back so you can hear the difference in quality for yourself. But first, let's talk about all of the accessories that are included with this very affordable mic. This was a surprise to me. It came with a very nice carrying case. It also has two wind muffs, one for inside and one for outside in your more windy days. A nice big furry one. I don't call it a dead cat because I love my cat. Comes with a nice shock mount and also an adapter so you can put that shock mount on a regular mic stand. You have the receiver, which is a lightweight plastic and can fit into the hot shoe or cold shoe of your camera. That is a 3.5mm out to your camera and also a headphone jack for monitoring your audio. Has three buttons at the bottom for controlling the mic's various features. The microphone itself is a very premium feeling microphone, much more on par with my more expensive mics, not my cheaper mics, so I thought that was great. You have a volume knob at the bottom and two buttons to help you control the features of the mic, and you can see what they do with the little OLED screen. You can turn the safety track on and off. You can use the low pass filter, or you can use the high frequency boost filter. There's also a slick little app that you can control all of your features. Works very well over Bluetooth, and then you can turn your 32-bit float to 24-bit, turn your recordings on and off, turn it on a safety track. Whatever you need to do, you can also do it from the app. Now, with the app and the receiver, you can also implement different noise cancellation. However, I really don't like noise cancellation on most of these microphones, so I would do that myself in post. However, if you're going to use it on level 1 and you may see some decent results. I took this microphone outside, and when you're in line of sight, it works just fine. But the second that the mic loses the line of sight with the camera, you are going to get some dropouts. But remember, you have the 32-bit float internal recording. But let's check that out now. Okay, so since it's a bit windy outside, let's use that British Royal Guard wind muff that this thing comes with while I test the line of sight dropouts. Now, I am recording internally, so you always know that you are safe with a backup. I don't know if I'm safe right now. Walking backwards, let me turn around and see if there are any dropouts. This is line of sight as I look at a dog, wondering what I am doing. Now I will walk dangerously backwards across this road. I'm looking. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your kids that old Marky's being safe. So this is line of sight right here. But right now this is 2.4 gigahertz, and I'm going to definitely get some dropouts as I walk in between my house. Well, I'm not walking. My house is now in between me and the camera. So there should be some dropouts right now, and I will walk back so that you can see my pretty face. I will hustle up. Hello there. Now the audio should be back just fine. Once again, just use the internal recording if you're worried about the dropouts, and it's nice to have that backup track, right there on the camera. So I just switched to the 32-bit float. You can actually use this receiver though. If a boom operator has a mic in his hand, he could just have a recorder and put this into a 3.5 millimeter jack into a recorder and record it right on a boomstick. So you wouldn't need to have this on the camera and walk super far away. You could just use a recorder and record from the microphone to the recorder, but still record 32-bit float internally as a backup. There are many options with this microphone. Now let's play the audio back to back so you can hear the difference between the various modes. This is the sound of the Comica VM40 using the 32-bit float internal recording. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. This is the sound of the Comica VM40 going straight into my FX30 via a 3.5 millimeter cable. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. This is the sound of the Comica VM40 going through the wireless connection on the FX30. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. Mark Bennett is as handsome as he is intelligent, which is very. Let's see if there's any difference between the 24-bit recording and the 32-bit float recording. This is the sound of the Comica VM40 internally recording 24-bit. And now we are recording the 32-bit float internally. Now, as I expected, I thought the 32-bit float internal sounded the best, followed by the wired connection to my camera, and in last place was the wireless connection. It certainly doesn't sound bad. However, you can hear more noise. If you're listening with headphones, you can hear a little more noise when you do the wireless connection. For price, we have a very reasonable $249, and for all of the things that you get with this, I think that is fantastic. It's around the same price as the Rode VideoMic NTG, except the NTG doesn't come with all of the accessories, the carrying case. You certainly can't record 32-bit float internally to the Rode microphone. In fact, you can't even do it wirelessly to your camera. You just have to wire it in with a 3.5 millimeter cable, and that is the end of your options. So when you compare the feature set, as long as you like the sound of this microphone, this is a much better deal. Because the microphone is so versatile, you can use it in so many ways. You can buy 2 of these shotgun microphones to go with that receiver and have even more possibilities. But I think that is so great, and I think that this is an excellent value. I'm very impressed with Comica. Comica are an underrated company, I think, when it comes to audio. I have really liked their lavalier systems, and now I really love this VM40 because nobody else is doing what this mic is doing. That is pushing innovation, and I love it very much. So thanks, Comica, for doing that and sending this out to the channel. Let me know down below if this is something that interests you. If not, write something that interests you, and then I will go out and I will review that thing for your lovely faces. Hey, thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.